Welcome to Engage Math, Lesson 8, Problem 4. And we are graphing lines from standard form, which means they are in the form ax plus by equals c. And the way that we're going to approach this is to know that we can quickly find both the x and the y-intercept when the equation is in standard form. And the reason we can do that so quickly is we know that an x-intercept has to have a y coordinate of 0, because if we're on the x-axis, we know y is 0. So I'm going to just put a y right there, a y coordinate of 0. And then for the y-intercept, we know that x is 0. So just like that, we can quickly figure out what the x and y intercepts are, which will be enough for us to get the equation of the line. Now, it's not the only way you can graph equations from this form. Some people may prefer to rewrite the equation in slope-intercept form, otherwise known as y equals mx plus b. And then from that form, you can tell what the slope and the y-intercept are. Just another way to do it, but we're not going to do it that way today. So to get the x-intercept, we're putting 0 in for y. So we have 3x plus 4 times 0 equals negative 24. So when we simplify that, we get 3x equals negative 24. And as of what you can do then to both sides, you're going to divide both sides by 3 and get x equals negative 8. Didn't think I had to show all that work, but the x-intercept is at negative 8, 0. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit just so you can see this point really well. And here is the point, negative 8, 0. Okay, to get the y-intercept, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to change our color out. And to get the y-intercept, I'm going to do the work in blue. So we're going to now say x is 0, because if we have a y-intercept, then we know x is 0. So 3 times 0 plus 4y equals negative 24. By the same method, that becomes 0. So 4y equals negative 24, and y equals negative 6. So the y-intercept is at 0, negative 6. And so I'm going to go down here to negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's our y-intercept, and we have graphed our line. All right, we're going to do the same thing for the next problem. So for the next problem, I'm going to even take a little bit more of a shortcut. I'm just going to kind of say, hey, let's ignore the y to find the x-intercept, because y is 0 when we have an x-intercept. And just like that, x equals negative 8. So I already know we have the same x-intercept that we did in the last problem, total coincidence. Now I'm going to find the y-intercept. I'm going to switch our color again. So the y-intercept means x is 0. So what we have to do is we have to look back at our original equation. And this time we're putting 0 in for x. So we're kind of like, that becomes 0. But just to make sure you see what I'm doing, I'm putting 0 in for x. So negative 4y equals negative 8, making y equal to a positive 2. And just like that, we get our equation. So graphing from this form, I'm going to redo that one because to make it look a little bit more like a straight line. And we have it right there. So this is really a great method, in my opinion. X and Y intercepts help you graph lines that are in standard form. Okay, let's look at the next one. Let's find the x-intercept. We know 0 goes in for y. Just take that away. Just like that, x equals negative 6. So the x-intercept is at negative 6. And I know I'm going through this pretty quickly, in part because I want you to see how nice this method works. Okay, so for the y-intercept, we're going to put 0 in for x, which means this becomes 0. So negative y equals negative 6, meaning y is equal to a positive 6. So the x-intercept is over here at negative 6, 0. The y-intercept is at 0, 6. So here we go. I'm just counting those out. And here is our line. Great job. Let me zoom back in so you can see everything on one page. And we'll see you next time at Engage Math.